Hello everyone. I hope you are doing great. Today is a little bit cold compared to yesterday, as it wasn't sunny at all, but I think it is not that much cold. So let's see whether we can tolerate being outside or not. So here in Canada, we've got different kinds of shopping malls and the department stores that you can buy the things that you need from. The very famous and popular ones which are available in Canada, like the USA, are Costco and Whole Foods and Walmart and Safeway. Of course, there are the other ones as well, but the very most popular ones are the ones that I've already mentioned here, and I'm just getting repeated here by ones. Okay, so there are a lot of shopping malls here, and when it comes to the groceries, most people's favorite choices would be like, the Whole Foods or Costco or Walmart and things like that. But I would prefer the one which is named Safeway. I don't know whether it's available in the USA or no, but I really like it because of the decoration, because of the system, the organization, and of course the prices are very important as well. As you can see, even though the Whole Foods actually is exactly behind me, and that means it's so very accessible to me, I would prefer to go to Safeway. It's not that much far, but the Whole Foods seems to be much more convenient. But because of a lot of reasons, like affordability, like decoration, like the availability of stuff and things, I would prefer to go to the Safeway. So today I'm not going to buy a lot of things because I have already bought a lot of things the other day, but some usual stuff like bread and eggs and things like that are needed. So I'm going to take you with me on this shopping journey, and you can take a look at the things which are available there, and of course you can do your comparison between the products quality, the products prices and things like that. So I hope that you like today's journey with me, and let's enjoy our day shopping. Okay guys, let's do it. Yeah, I haven't been completely recovered, and today I was at home up until now, and I got bored, and I thought, okay, just let's go shopping so that I can get some fresh air as well, and I can have the chance of talking to you guys as well as a kind of refreshment. And that's it. So now it's something like 4:30 in the afternoon, and everybody seems to be getting out of their workplace, and things are gonna be a little bit busy, I think, in Safeway. But let's see whether we can stop shooting some videos or not. So here, as you can see, is the entrance for the parking, and if you have a car, you would rather just here, as you can see, you would just come in this area. But as far as I don't have a car, for the time being, I'm going to walk it through the shopping. As far as I know, the prices have increased a lot around the world. So it is not just limited to the United States of America, Canada, or some European countries. Maybe because of the war within Ukraine and Russia, and the effects and consequences of the pandemic, a lot of prices have increased, and there is no hope to have them like the past. But by today's video, you can have a kind of glance and see everything about the prices here in Canada as well. So let's get it into the job. just did use this one the other day, and I wasn't that much satisfied with it because I had a lot of hopes on it, because it's gluten-free, rice-free, and seems to be a very, very good option for those people who are interested in this kind of desserts. But unfortunately, it was too sugary, too sugary, and I couldn't even finish it. I just had a bite, and unfortunately I couldn't eat it. So I might just give it to one of my friends, as she has a sweet tooth and she will maybe like it. But on the whole, do not buy it if you are not that much interested in very sugary cakes. I also need some spices, but I'm planning to buy them one by one because I don't want to just get a lot of them at the same time. I have already bought some very essential ones. I would like to buy some vanilla extract, which is not a spice, I know, but I have just remembered that. And I'm just taking a look, and I'm just browsing to see whether any of them can meet my needs at the moment or not, but I would say that none of them is essentially needed here. Okay, so let's browse the other parts as well together to see whether we can find something extraordinary to work up our appetite in order to go for this kind of desserts, or nothing special. I need some baking soda as well, and it also has stevia. Let me just get into its details to see which of them is really better for us. So this one, baking soda. Oh, I need the flour as well, so this part is very important. I need to be a little more careful about what I'm going to buy. So let's see. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna get this one because I'm not sure that how much I really I'm going to use the flour. So I'm going to get the smaller package, I think, and I'm going to have my baking powder as well as this one because it's gluten-free, and it is something that I'm really forward to having in order to eat it without having the kind of anxiety and concern that we usually, as people who have gluten problem, are dealing with. So yeah, let's see what else we can find in here. Yum, 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 yum. And I have found my chia seed as well. Of course, it is not only chia, but it is chia and flax chia. And let's see the other ones which are here as well. So and it also has a lot of other items as well that I didn't know. For example, we've got hemp, we've got xanthan, we've got sprouted, and as you can see, a lot of other things that you can find easily at Safeway. Yeah. guys, I've found this one. I haven't tried it yet, so maybe it would be a good idea to go for it. Apparently, it has some chicken and spinach. So let me just try it, and I will definitely tell you about the result. I have quite tried the majority of these. Let's say pizzas here. Unfortunately, some of them were terrible, as you can guess, but some of them were good. That are not available at the moment. As you can see, some of them are not there. I don't like, ham. I don't like a lot of stuff that many people would like. So maybe that is the reason for which I don't like the things here that much. But I've used this one, was good. And let me just tell you more about the other items. I also have used this one, but I didn't like it at all. At all. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, of course, everybody's taste and idea would be different, but these are about mine. And a lot of other ones do not seem that much appealing to me because of the ingredients. I would never give them a try, like pepperoni or these ones. And whenever I wanted to just give it a try, I really didn't like it at the end. The one that I'm really crazy about, and I have maybe eaten, I don't know, 20 packets of them, is this one. Thin crust, this brand, Dr. Oetker, and it contains spinach, different kinds of, let's say, vegetables like tomatoes and other herbs and ricotta and some other cheese, but it's based on vegetarian style. The other thing that I also used is the other, let's say, kind of this brand that I didn't like that much. But yeah, you should just give it a try, especially if you have no idea about different kinds of brands up until the time that you gather some opinions. Okay, so I think we are done in this part. Let's get to the next part. Also do love this kind of cereals and granola and different kinds of things that can be used for breakfast, like the muesli and stuff like this. So I'm just taking a look, but I'm not quite sure of the one that I'm into getting this time. The ones that I previously used is not here. I think I just got it from Safeway as usual, but I cannot see that. Maybe they have finished it. But yeah, I will just take a look and find the one that has less sugar, because guys, you cannot believe how much sugar some of these brands use in order to make their products. And just keeping that part of being healthy and keeping healthy and fit apart, I really do not like the taste of sugar that much. So I do love chocolate, especially dark chocolate, hazelnut chocolate and things like that. But sugary stuff are not my favorite things. I'm actually looking for some quinoa, and I don't know whether I succeed finding them or I would just quit finding them because I'm not that much into searching, and usually postpone the things if I fail to find at the same time, at the first try. I mean, okay. So it seems that I'm not going to succeed, but don't you worry, it's not that much urgent for me. Logically, they need to be arranged between, these aisles. I mean, rice, beans, things like that. But maybe I have missed the part. I don't recall any of them suggesting the quinoa. I remember that once. I know I found them previously, but I've forgotten where exactly they were located. And let's see what happens, whether we find it or not. So guys, I can tell you about the beans. It was a while that I really and seriously was looking for these parts in order to find the chickpeas, split peas, and beans themselves. And suddenly I found them here. Very small portion part of the department. And maybe here. No, just pasta and the other kinds. Okay, no problem. Maybe I need to come here once more in order to find it. And I usually use these cranberries while preparing my salad, or even I use them in my sandwiches. They give that kind of sweet taste that I'm sure every one of us apparently is looking for. And this is the part that I'm really interested in, just looking at and enjoying. But unfortunately I need to control myself because these are filled with sugar, fat, and everything that we are not looking for, especially the fact that I have gained a lot of weight during these past months. So I need definitely to take care of myself and start a much more healthier routine and lifestyle. And I'm going to make myself banana bread soon, maybe tonight or tomorrow. So I've got that kind of healthy alternative as well, and I can treat myself. Okay, so the question is that should I forget about quinoa and postpone it, or should I get into that and go for it up until the time that I find it? I don't know really. It's just getting a little bit more crowded and busy, and I think maybe I would just take a look at the other aisles as well, and if I do not find them, I will definitely say goodbye. The other thing that I would like to tell you about is the prices about bread. A lot of things are very expensive apparently in Canada and specifically in Vancouver. But the price of bread was something that I encountered at the first time, and it was really, really high. I don't know whether it is something, uh, the same in other countries as well, or in Canada we find bread apparently relatively high in price. So maybe I found this bar. I think I just came here a little bit before. So as far as I'm just documenting this stuff, I can just take a look at it. Yeah, I just came here because it's the part for, rice. I think I came here, but I'm not sure really. Yeah. I am getting crazy.
Fish out to the front desk, please. Fish out from desk. Thank you.
Yeah, as I was telling you, the price of rice is really getting high and high. For example, for a packet of bread that is something like 500 grams on average, you need to pay something like $6. And the price seems to be a little bit high to me, maybe because I'm not used to paying that much. But it is what it is, so we cannot change the facts. And maybe I can take a look at this part as well to see if anything is available or not. So let's see. Rice cake. Another question that pops into my mind is about rice cake because it has been socially well promoted these days as a kind of very healthy and low calorie alternative for losing weight and keeping healthy and stuff like that. But the thing that I found is not something that would be really interesting to many people's ideas because I found that it's not nutritious at all, and even though you are just giving yourself something, it is not nourishing, it is not giving you anything as the fuel the body needs to do this stuff. So if you are considering that as a kind of substitute for different kinds of minerals or things, you should consider that. And if you're just trying to find something which has low calorie and you want to just grab a bite and enjoy it without the consideration of feeling yourself, so it can be a kind of thing to consider. Okay guys, so I think I'm just giving it up and I will buy my granola from somewhere else, or maybe I will come here later. So this is the part that I'm really enthusiastic about, the part that sells coffee, chocolate and everything like that, Starbucks. Yeah, I really like this part. Okay guys, so let us get into the next part, which is the payment. So there are two availabilities. You can go and ask the cashier to do the things like the past, traditionally, or you can go for the self-checkout and just do the things yourself. Of course, it can be much more faster, but you need to do the things yourself. So depends on your priority, your choice would be different. Okay, so let me just get into that part, and as far as I pass it, I come back to you to continue talking about everything. Okay, see you soon. Hello. this is the part that I've told you about, and you can simply just do the self-checkout and save some time. Some people who are not used to doing so or are lazy would rather go to the cashier in order to do stuff. And thank you.
Welcome. Oh, I'm not doing a good job, am I?
Thank you.
Overpowered.
The beautiful city of Vancouver has a lot of things, a lot of attractions. This is a great city, but unfortunately there are a lot of homeless people as well. And once I was talking to one of my Canadian friends, he told me that Vancouver, especially East Hastings, that is really filled with these homeless people, has become a kind of attraction to them, because Vancouver has a kind of mild, rather mild weather, and that helps them to survive. So considering the fact that the majority of cities and provinces in Canada are very harsh in winter, so Vancouver can be a great choice for these underprivileged people. And honestly speaking, that is completely understanding. If I want to be honest with you, I should admit that in the beginning of my arrival here, I was really not satisfied with seeing them and having those kind of views of those underprivileged people everywhere, because I wanted to live somewhere that is filled with rich people, privileged people. But after a while, I understood that these people don't have any guilt. They're not guilty. So as far as the situation has become so crazy because of the inflation, maybe because of the other reasons, they have been laid off, they have been made redundant, and as a result, they couldn't afford the high price of housing. And many of them have become unemployed, and they could not, just make their ends meet. And that is the reason that you can see a lot of people have become, homeless. And that is the story that we can just be familiar with every now and again. It happens to many people. Just tell me about your situation, the country or the city that you live in. Do you have a lot of homeless people around you, or no? You can, just see them almost nowhere, because in Vancouver, the number of these people is increasing on a daily basis. The majority of them are really good people, like other people, and just a very teeny tiny proportion of them seem to be a little bit carried away and overboard. For example, there is a lady here in my neighborhood who always shouts and swears and things like that, and these people sometimes make some problems and troubles, at least that kind of noise pollution, but on the whole they are poor, mentally, physically and psychologically. They need that kind of attention and attraction, and sometimes you see that they are talking to themselves, trying to resolve the problems, or get rid of that kind of loneliness or solitude, as you might call it. So it depends on the lens through which you see these people. Your attitude and your reaction would be different. As I told you in the beginning, I wasn't that much positive about them, but little by little I understood that they are like me and other people because of some specific reasons, addiction, or bad luck, they are somehow doomed to live this kind of life. Of course, I'm not promoting this idea that you should just have that kind of life, and I'm sure that nobody likes it that way, but I'm saying that we shouldn't be afraid of them, or we shouldn't exclude them from society and from our community, and we should give them a hand. But I myself have no idea how to give them a help and hand, because sometimes it's very difficult to approach them, and I am somehow afraid of them sometimes, because they are under drugs and you don't know what exactly they would do as you want to make friends with them. I see that sometimes the normal people just give them different kinds of drugs, and because they want them to be in a good mood as a kind of help. But I'm not sure whether it's a good choice or not. And we might continue talking about this matter later on as well. And just tell me about your city, your country, and wherever you are. Do you have that kind of thing as a problem or not? And as you can see, it is getting just dark little by little, and people are just getting out to have their dinner. Here is a very famous and popular Korean restaurant, which mostly is very crowded and busy, and there is a very busy waiting list for it. I haven't tried yet, but I would definitely give it a try. And you can see the other one here as well, and this one is a Korean as well. And Korean food, I think, is good because it just has a lot of ingredients, and it is healthy mostly, so it can be a kind of good choice for the majority of nations and for the majority of people. So yeah, that's it, and this is the place that you can take a look at. The tranquility, the comfort, and everything like that. The weather is getting colder and colder and my voice is getting cooler and cooler. Yeah, I can say it like that. And yeah, these places, these houses are very beautiful. I personally really like it, and they really look cool, cozy, comfortable. Yeah. And the other thing here that I do like is this pond, you might call it. Take a look at it. It's so beautiful and relaxing. The sound of the water, just listen to that. Alrighty guys, thank you for being with me today, and I would like really to have you beside me on this journey. I would like to talk about everything about living in Vancouver, Canada, and everything that you might be interested in. So tell me about yourself as well, and again, thank you for being with me and spending your time, your invaluable time with me. Hopefully I will see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.